Right, so it's preparing and we should be ready. Redirecting to YouTube. All right, almost there.
It says the meeting is now streaming live on YouTube.
Oh, we are live?
Yes.
Awesome. All righty. So let me go ahead and check it on my end, make sure we are all good. Hold on for 1 second. Just want to make sure on my end that we're all good to go. Come on. My tablet here is a little slow on the internet-wise, so. And we are live. Alrighty. So hopefully it loads in soon. Let me just message one of my. I actually have one of my coworkers watching too. I mean, they were involved in musical theater, but they said they would swing by and check it out.
Awesome.
So let me just text. Let me just make sure. Hey, there we go. I see the live chat and we are live. So what is going on, everybody? Welcome to my very first ever podcast here live on YouTube. I am live streaming this through Zoom. With me, I have the wonderfully talented Haley Morgan.
Thank you so much.
Hey, no problem. Anytime. Also, I have one of my coworkers on here. His name's Brian Conroy, so a shout out to him. Well, he's not on my podcast itself. He's watching, but what's up, Brian? So anyway, this is my, like I said, first live podcast here on YouTube. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to put them in the live chat. Hey, no problem. Anytime. Also. Whoa. Hold on. I have one of my coworkers on here. That is a little laggy on my end, so that's my fault. But yeah. So anyway, is there anything, Haley, that you want to talk about, if you have anything?
Well, I know you said you wanted to talk about theater, so I thought maybe we could talk about shows that people could watch, like either parts of online right now, or just kind of how like COVID is affecting theater and the theater community.
Okay, yeah. So from what I've heard, unfortunately, there has been a show on Broadway that was recently on Broadway that unfortunately closed, which is
Beetlejuice.
Huh?
Beetlejuice, are you talking about?
Beetlejuice, Frozen. Frozen recently closed on Broadway, apparently due to COVID-19. So unfortunately, that's another one of the shows. So yeah.
Yeah, I know that a lot of shows are closing because of this whole pandemic thing, and it's really crazy, especially like in my community. There was a show that I was going to audition for, and then it got completely canceled just because of this entire thing. So I feel like TikTok would probably be a good place for people in the theater community to kind of continue to like keep the arts alive, or by live streaming, or by doing an Instagram live or a Facebook live, and just using those outlets to perform, even though we actually can't be on a stage or like gathered together in a theater.
Yeah, like I've been seeing a lot of like people on TikTok doing their own kind of, musical, like Dear Evan Hansen, Anastasia, Mean Girls. I've been seeing a lot on there about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think doing the TikTok community deal is actually hanging in there pretty good with this whole virus thing going on. So that's definitely a good idea.
There's also a huge push to start doing like Zoom master classes. And I know that I attended a Zoom master class the other day, and it was great. It functioned perfectly fine, and you could hear everyone. And that's another way to, I think, stay involved with theater during the pandemic.
Yeah, because I know actually a fellow TikToker, Alexa Chalnick, she's been doing some Zoom master classes lately. Like
I think I went to her master class. I think that was hers.
Yeah, like she's had Mariah Rose Faith on, who is Regina in Mean Girls, the national tour. Mm-hmm. She's had a good amount of people on that I've seen lately. But yeah.
That's definitely something that I'm like interested in exploring going to more of those master classes, and potentially like I wouldn't call myself a master, but like maybe like having a group of people like together to like do a master class together and just give each other feedback. I think that would be a really cool idea as well.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like that'd be pretty cool, especially coming from a former performer myself, and I think you're still probably doing theater
Yeah.
even. Yeah, so from a recent actor and a former actor myself, I think that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm still involved in a lot of theater, especially in school and out of school. I'm based in Atlanta, so what I do with that is I go to auditions around Atlanta, and I audition at some of the professional theaters in Atlanta, which has been really cool. And I've gotten to explore a lot of different roles that way. And I'm also involved in an improv troupe at my school, which is really, really fun. I don't know if you've ever done improv before.
No, I've never done improv ever in my life.
Never.
Nope.
It's so much fun. It's really great at teaching life skills too, because now I don't have to prepare as much for presentations. Like I know I can rely on like not making things up on the spot, but if I have a certain set of like parameters, like I can do pretty well without having to prepare as much as I would have before.
Yeah, exactly. Like doing it like like you said, doing improv is really fun. I mean, plus you can get to make friends like you do in the shows. Like you get to make friends with each other that you may not get to see in any of the shows that you do and all that stuff. So
It's a very like it's a different group of people who that are usually involved in the shows. So it's really cool to get to be really close with them. My improv troupe's really close. I don't know about all improv troupes, but like we go to see improv shows together and we go on trips together. And it's really just like it's a bonding thing, but it's also just another opportunity to perform in a different context and using a different skill. Because if you're on stage and someone forgets their line, you better be able to come in with something to fill the silence so it doesn't seem awkward or it doesn't seem like someone made a mistake. And I think that's what improv really helps with.
guilty.
You've done that before?
Oh yeah.
In what show?
Um. Oh man. Oh, it was I did a show in my senior year of high school. It was Legally Blonde,
Mm-hmm.
and I had two. I had oh my god. I had one character. I had one line throughout the entire show. It was during the party scene. And I think it was Act One. You know where Elle comes out. You know as like the bunny and everything.
Yeah.
So my line was, "Whoa, check out Miss October." I completely drew a blank, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, oh. And then I accidentally say, "Whoa, check out Miss November."
Oh no.
Dead serious.
That's not when Halloween is.
Exactly, I'm dead serious.
That's hard. But at least you covered for yourself. Like it could have been so much worse.
Yeah, I mean, I also had one line in Beauty and the Beast my junior year. It was Crazy Old Maurice. 3 words, that was it, and I completely forgot it, and he just kept going.
So is this like a history of you forgetting lines here?
Oh no, it was just because you were saying, in case you forget your line or whatever.
I think improv is really great for that. Even if you go to one improv class in your entire life, I would highly, highly suggest it because it helps with everything from your schoolwork to your actual work to your job to even like in the circumstance of forgetting a line on stage or if someone else forgets a line on stage.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
for it, which is really helpful.
Yeah, definitely. Um, Trying to think of something. Is there anything else you have? Because I'm still.
Did anyone submit any questions or anything like that?
Let me check. Oop, I'm on the wrong thing. Let me see if there's anything that I see, which hopefully there's something that'd be nice. Um, I lost it. Oh, there is one. There is one question on here. Couldn't think of the word. Someone asked, "Have you ever gone to a Broadway show?"
Yes, I've been to quite a few Broadway shows. Broadway shows are expensive, so if you aren't in the position to pay for your tickets to a Broadway show, there are really easy ways to enter into raffles. And a lot of the times I have lots of friends who have won the raffles and gotten to see some Broadway shows without paying for the ticket other than the $10 it took to enter the raffle. But I've seen Dear Evan Hansen, I've seen Wicked, I saw Mean Girls, I saw Book of Mormon. Trying to think if I've seen anything else on Broadway. I think it might be just and Les Mis. No, I didn't see Les Mis on Broadway. I saw it at a high school. I saw it performed at a high school. It was great though. That's why I remember it being really good.
Okay. Yeah, like I'm also gonna answer this question too. I've seen Business without really trying when Daniel Radcliffe was in it. I've seen Memphis. I've seen Motown the musical. I've seen Aladdin, and I've seen Newsies. When you said, I kid you not, when you said Wicked, and what was the other one you said?
Evan Hansen?
Yeah, that one. When you said that, I was like, oh, you're so lucky.
I saw I don't remember if I saw Aladdin, but I took a master class with the man who was playing Aladdin at the time. It might have been Adam Jacobs. And
Probably.
yeah, and he was actually the person I learned how to tap dance from. So,
Nice.
yeah, so that was a really cool experience. I've gotten to take some master classes with some like very interesting people who were like on Broadway or had never been in a Broadway show before and got some insight from them. So that was really cool.
Yeah, there was actually one. I know this is about like musical theater, but I'm still gonna go back and say something. There was one time, the year I went to see Aladdin. After the show, we were supposed to go to a restaurant, and my, I hope she doesn't hear me. My mom literally went down the wrong street that she didn't want to go down. The street that we went down was the stage door of Aladdin.
Oh, and did you see anybody?
Yeah, I saw Adam Jacobs who played Aladdin. I saw Courtney Reed who played Jasmine,
Mm-hmm.
and I also got to talk to James Monroe Iglehart, who is the genie.
Wow, that's awesome.
And the funny part is, when James Monroe Iglehart was the genie, I actually asked him, so what was it like playing Bobby in Memphis? Because he was also Bobby in Memphis when I saw him.
Yes.
So that was just amazing.
That's a really cool experience to like get to see these people who like they're just normal people and everyone's like it's like crazy to see them in person and get to ask them about their past experiences.
Oh yeah, it's so cool. But yeah, but trying to think. Job. But yeah, unfortunately, it is kind of like we said earlier. I mean, kind of come around full circle. It's my bad. I'm sorry. Like we said earlier, Beetlejuice closing, that is pretty sad because
Yeah.
that was doing really good on Broadway.
Yeah, I think it right now it doesn't really matter if a show is doing well on Broadway to like stay up, but Beetlejuice was doing really, really well. There have been some great shows that have gone down in the past. I did the one show that I've done in New York. It wasn't like a Broadway or off Broadway kind of thing. It was like very off Broadway. It's called The Legend of the Pride. And I did it with like a little theater organization that I was a part of when I was like 12. I was so young. And like I just remember that being such a cool experience. And I don't know, like you have to have a lot of stamina to be doing those shows every single week for weeks on end. Like sometimes twice a day they have to do their shows, which is just it's insane. It's almost like an athletic performance, I think.
Yeah, really. Like it's a lot of hard work having to be in a Broadway show, like having to be in terms of a Broadway show with all the choreography and everything you gotta do.
Yeah, and even if there's light choreography, it's still super hard on your voice. Like you need to take really good care of yourself. I learned that when I was in Pirates of Penzance, I had to sing a very, very high soprano one part, and it was just like cough drops and going to bed on time and drinking a bunch of water and just like everything was like I need to take care of myself because like when you do musical theater yourself is your instrument. Like it's if you break you're done. Like that's it.
Yeah, exactly. Like one wrong and it's like you're done.
Yeah. So you need to maintain your voice and maintain your whole body. You need to maintain everything while still keeping up to date with your acting technique, with your dancing. Like, I'm a big proponent for staying in class always. It doesn't matter if you're on Broadway, it doesn't matter if you're doing a high school performance. I'm a huge proponent for staying in class and to continue to take dance classes and acting classes and take singing lessons. And even if you don't have the money to take an acting class or a singing class, getting together with a group of friends and critiquing each other. It's not about who you're taking these from, it's just about practicing it and perfecting your craft.
Yeah, really. Um, I'm still thinking. Like I said, this is all new to me. So,
Yeah, absolutely. We don't have any more questions, do we?
um, well, one person did ask how was Wicked.
How was Wicked?
Yeah,
Wicked was amazing. I didn't see it when Idina Menzel and
Kristen
um,
Chenoweth.
Kristen Chenoweth were in it. Unfortunately, I saw it afterwards. But I also think that I think I saw it when I had like a Galinda understudy, and I have very strong feelings that the understudy is almost always as good, if not better, than the person who is actually cast in the role, purely because they spend all this time waiting to go on stage and to get their moment and practicing the part and making sure that it's perfect, just as the lead does. But when you get to see that person perform, it's such a special moment because you're sharing in that moment with them. It's just not like a everyday run of the mill kind of thing for them. There's a lot of different things that go into the casting because they're like the leads that get the part that play it every single day. There are also swings which step in for certain tracks in a show, and I think those people are so intelligent because they have so many tracks to memorize, and they could be playing a lead track, they could be playing an ensemble track, but they're doing all of that. And then there's the understudies, obviously, and then there's the standbys. So there are so many people who come together to try to play all these parts. And I think that Wicked just is so perfectly cast always that no matter who is stepping in to fill the role, you know you're going to get a top notch performance every single time. And it was wonderful.
Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, like I said, I've always wanted to see Wicked. So,
It was so good, and it's definitely something that, like, even if you can see it at a high school or at a college, I would always suggest taking advantage of that opportunity because especially with like the flying system. I know in 7th grade I was in Peter Pan and they rigged us up on wires and they flew us, and it's a whole nother complicated process to sing while you are in the air. That is just, it's an insane feeling, but it's also just something you have to learn because you've never done that before. So I have mad respect for everyone in Wicked for learning how to do that and doing it so perfectly.
yeah, I hear you on that one definitely. Like we like I've seen a couple people fly in art in the productions that I was in, and
Which
I'm like,
production?
huh?
Which productions?
There have been a lot. Like I was in Wizard of Oz in 2010. We had people flying. Um, like I can't. eh, The only the only ones I've seen on Broadway that have had people flying were Aladdin. That was with the carpet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only like that's the only show I've seen that's had that. Um,
Have you seen Beetlejuice or no?
no.
Yeah, I saw Beetlejuice once. This was the best thing that ever came out of my TikTok is that Beetlejuice reached out to me as a creator and was like, "Would you like to attend one of our Beetlejuice creator nights, where you go see the show with one other person and you make TikToks to their songs and stuff like that." It's really cool, and I think that being a musical theater person on TikTok lends itself to opening up to those opportunities to get to go see shows that you wouldn't normally get to go see and to take advantage of those opportunities with people in the theater community because it's actually a very, very small community.
You lucky.
Yeah. People know each other, and you just got to put yourself out there in every way that you can, I think, and it's all about networking, just as it is in business, because I'm also a business major. In business, networking is the most important thing. You have to know people, you have to be kind to people. Everything is based on your reputation with other people. So if people hear that you're hard to work with, or if people hear that you're a really great person and super easy to work with, you're more likely to get cast in things, you're more likely to get opportunities out of theater. It's all about just being a good person and projecting that to absolutely everyone that you meet. There's always someone that's going to connect you to someone else, that's going to connect you to someone else, and everyone knows each other. It's not, no one's isolated.
Oh yeah.
Which is crazy to me, but it's a great way to get started, especially if you don't have an agent yet in theater, to get started by connecting with everyone you possibly can. Even staying in contact with if you did theater in high school, your high school theater director is a contact. Your, like, their friends are a contact. Your friends from high school are a contact. Everything connects you to someone else that could potentially give you an opportunity.
Exactly. Like I've been trying to, try to get in contact with people for, musical theater myself.
Mm-hmm.
But I see where you're coming from with that.
Yes, absolutely. Do we have any more questions that were asked?
Unfortunately, no.
That is totally fine. Do you have any questions for me?
Um, trying to think. I had stuff written down and I forgot. Oh, wait a minute. Now that I think about it, I might actually have some. I think I actually wrote them down in my notes on my iPad. Nope, I didn't. Um, I was gonna ask you so that way, all the viewers could actually get to know you. But how long have you been doing theater for?
I've been doing theater since, oh, literally as long as I can remember. I think like an actual start would probably be like 5th or 6th grade. I was doing theater because I did theater in middle school. I think my first real play was Peter Pan when I was probably 11 or 12. And then after that, I ended up moving to a new town. And in my new town, the play in my new town was also Peter Pan. So I actually got to be a part of that show twice, which was a great experience and very different for me because it's fun to see on video how you grow as a performer over time, especially in the same show. Like I played the same part in both shows. Like it's just like you get typecasted, or you can just play a role really well and then you kind of run with it. And that's why certain people just play similar roles in a lot of the shows that they are in because they fit that role so well. So I would say since I was 11 or 12, and then I kept doing it throughout middle school. I was in Hairspray, and I'm trying to think what else I was in middle school. I think it was just Peter Pan and Hairspray in middle school. And I've been in Heathers, I've been in Annie, I've been in Pirates of Penzance. I've been in Legally Blonde and Once on This Island, to name some of the musicals, but I'm also super involved in straight plays now. I'm really getting into that. I got to college and I auditioned for a show called The Moors, and I performed in that my freshman year in college. My sophomore year in college, I did this thing called the Edinburgh Fringe Project, where I actually got to explore writing a play, and we added some musical elements into it. And unfortunately, due to COVID, we weren't able to go to Scotland with the show, but we were supposed to take the show to Scotland and perform it in the Edinburgh Fringe Festival.
Oh man, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, it would have been really cool, but it's okay now because we got to perform it once for our school, and that was really, really fun for all of us. So now I'm getting involved in the Theater Honor Society. There's not much theater I can really do this summer, but I am still working for TikTok this summer, and I'll still be on TikTok this summer, which is a really cool way for me to still be able to perform and still be able to connect with people via art on the internet.
Nice. Um, I've actually, as you've been talking, I don't know if you've been seeing me, but actually been looking at the time. But it is, unfortunately, 6:56, and like I said earlier to you, Haley, 5 minutes before I'll be wrapping it up.
Mm-hmm.
So, unfortunately, guys, this is the end of my very first ever podcast live here on YouTube. I want to thank everyone for coming on by my channel and checking us out. Haley, do you want to plug anything? Any of your like social media stuff, like TikTok, whatever, so that way people can
Follow
come.
me on
Yep.
TikTok. I am on TikTok at Haley_Morgan07. And from there, you can find me on Instagram. I do not have a YouTube, but yes, absolutely follow me on TikTok for more theater related and life related content. And yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for having me on here.
Hey, no problem. Anytime. Anytime you want to, come back for anything, just let me know. I'd be more than happy to bring you on. And also, if you guys want to come check, I'm also going to plug my stuff. If you guys want to come check me out, you can subscribe me right here on my YouTube channel. You can follow me on Instagram. You can follow me on TikTok. I also have a TikTok, but my name is just my name, Tyler Traficani. So yeah, other than that, thank you guys. Like I said, thank you guys so much for coming out. Haley, once again, thank you for coming. I do appreciate it.
Of course.
So other than that, this is the end. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Haley, you have a good rest of your night.
Thank you so much.
Later, guys.